family was so poor they couldn't afford to buy toothpaste or roll-on. Sometimes he was forced to miss school because he didn't have money to buy a train ticket. But no amount of suffering would stop Vuyane Mhlomi from achieving his dreams. Today, at the age of 24, Vuyane is an award-winning medical doctor. He also runs a groundbreaking education scheme that empowers poverty-stricken students to achieve their dreams. He's young, passionate, and aims to help re-energize the public health care sector. Dr. Vuyane Mhlomi wants his patients to feel like first-class citizens.
Sometimes patients come to hospital because they're desperate. You know, if they had any other option, they could have gone to a private healthcare facility. And when the patient comes in there desperate and in need, and you help them at that point of need, whether might it be reassuring them, whether it's curing the problem, or if it's not curable, whether it's treating it, and you see a smile both on the patient and the mom's face. Now, to me, that is life-saving at its best.
The 24-year-old arrived at Soweto's Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital last year and has already been voted Intern of the Year. But like many success stories, Vuyane's follows a long and grueling journey of hardship. Born into a family of 4 boys and 3 cousins in Khayelitsha near Cape Town, Vuyane's household relied on his mother's disability grant for survival. His father was always sickly and unemployed. Often, the family struggled so much they couldn't afford the basics.
My mom would buy a bar of Sunlight soap, which we'd try, so you'd wash the collar because you can't have enough to wash the whole shirt. You'd wash the collar to make sure that's clean. The pull-over is over the shirt, obviously, so you make sure you don't mess that up because you have to wear this for the next 2 weeks.
These degrading conditions followed him throughout his teenage years.
I remember one of the painful experiences when I started, hitting puberty, and my mom, again, we couldn't afford roll-ons and stuff, and we had to use the same bar that we wash ourselves with to wash the collar of the shirt, to use that on the toothbrush to brush our teeth. We had to use the same thing just to put on our armpits so that we don't smell it, in school.
Despite his tough upbringing, he worked hard and aimed high, nursing his dream of becoming a doctor one day. Vuyane finally matriculated in 2005 and booked a place at the University of Cape Town.
They wanted 39 points. I had made just 39 points to get into to study medicine, and it was a huge relief. And I remember the excitement that I was at home.
But that excitement didn't last long. The university needed a deposit of 12,000 rand. He didn't have it.
I had applied for the Western Cape bursary. They didn't accept me. I then was told about the financial aid program at UCT. I applied for that. They then said, okay, look, because of your family income, we'll cover your studies. You obviously have to pay us back at the end when you're done studying.
A huge relief for the young scholar. With financial aid from UCT, the Western Cape Health Department and the Elaine Forsyth Memorial Trust, his studies were covered for the next 6 years. In 2011, Vuyane got his medical degree, receiving several distinctions and first-class honors. His outstanding results placed him in the top 3 out of 170 students. Now, in his second year of internship at Soweto's Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, Vuyane is preparing to specialize in cardiology.
He's an all-rounder. I think he's very good in his diagnostic skills, his approach to patients, his formulating of a treatment plan, an investigative pathway for each patient.
Having achieved his childhood dream, Vuyane now runs an education foundation together with a group of young professionals. Using their own money and some corporate contributions, they give financial assistance to destitute high school students, covering their school fees, uniforms, stationery and travel costs.
We fund these kids so that by the time we get to grade 12, they are a well-rounded scholar. One is able to self-study, who's been exposed, who knows exactly what they want to do. One who's got a culture of social responsibility from a young age.
While some in his circle may believe he's reached his full potential, this trailblazer is only getting started. He's currently studying towards a degree in law. But he remains a simple man who still finds time to hang out with his friends.
The beauty about dreams is that irrespective of the circumstance, dreams can take you to a world that no one could ever imagine. It puts you at a place where circumstances can't reach.
Amazing stuff. Send us your feedback. Let us know what you think. Against all odds at enca.com.